My name is Joseph, darling. Ooh, I'm fired up about talking to you guys today. And since people have requested it, we're going to talk about Bitcoin today. Okay, and what I wanted to share with you guys, are there any better investments than Bitcoin right now? Let me just give you some overview of my thoughts about Bitcoin. I heard about it in 2016, 2017, driving around my Uber in Oslo, Norway. And interestingly enough, in my Uber came a guy that I had never heard of before who had attended this blockchain conference that I had heard rumors of that I wanted to attend, but I couldn't because I needed to drive my Uber and make money. This dude comes in and he said, I just spoke at the Bitcoin conference or the blockchain conference. And this was like, he was 20 years old. Like, he was a young kid. Like, you know what I mean? And so I asked him a little bit more and found out that he had a YouTube channel with 200,000 subscribers, 20-year-old in the blockchain space. And what ended up happening is that I took him to the central station. We'd spoken for 5 minutes. And he was going to take the train to the airport so that he could fly home to Stockholm. And so I told him, hey, bro, I need to learn more about Bitcoin and blockchain. Can I take you to the airport for like half price? It's going to be cheaper than the train. And then you could tell me all about Bitcoin and blockchain. And he said, let's go. And so we did that. For 30 minutes, I listened to Ivan on Tech live, straight face to face. And he told me about Bitcoin. And the one thing that I remember from that conversation, the one thing was him leaning back, looking at me straight in the face and saying, if only you could get one Bitcoin, man. That's it. Just try to get one Bitcoin. Man, imagine the possibilities. And I was just like, oh, getting fired up, okay? Time passes. He was actually the reason, like about 3, 4, 5 months later, I started my YouTube channel. He was the reason why I started my freaking YouTube channel. So you guys can be grateful to Ivan on Tech for me making a session today and having continued on this journey for 2.5 years. He's been consistent. I've been consistent, and I'm fired up outside my brain about the things that I do on this channel, which is completely different than what he's doing, obviously. So I want you guys to understand what Ivan on Tech has done for me, and because he's done this for me, help me to understand Bitcoin and understand the big picture of it. My view on it is this is the way that we can finally, okay, get to the point of replacing the banks. Okay, you have the government and the banks collaborating together, okay, basically printing money and giving to their friends. And then you've got all of the rest of us, okay, who are working and working and working in order to make money. It's ridiculous. Bitcoin allows everyone a level playing field because it gives you a bank of your own. It literally makes you a private bank. You got to understand that. If you don't understand that concept, you need to study it out. No matter where in the world you're living in, Bitcoin is for you. In my opinion, no financial advice as always, but I'm just saying this from a standpoint of freedom. If you want freedom in the future, and I'm not talking about financial freedom, I'm talking about freedom from government oppression, then you have to study out Bitcoin and participate on this ride to assist the whole world as a community to basically tackle government oppression. Okay? It's the only way that I see. Man, I'm so fired up about this. It's ridiculous. You won't be able to compete if you don't understand the general principles of cryptocurrencies and blockchain for the future. It is the beginning. If someone had went up to people, asked 100 people, do you want $800 or do you want 800 Bitcoin? A lot of those people, like a lot of those people would say, I want $800. Oh my gosh. Would that be a good idea? Not at all. This is what tells us that we are extremely early on in the race. Are there any better investments than Bitcoin? I will answer that at the end. Are you investing just in Bitcoin or other altcoins? I invest right now, 90% of my portfolio is in Bitcoin. 90%. You have some people who say, oh yeah, you should just put 1% or 5% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. I'm like, all in, baby, all in. Like for me, I've been all in from the get-go because I wanted to get bigger, even if it's cheap. My participation in bringing freedom to the people is investing in Bitcoin, whether it's cheap, whether it's medium, or whether it's expensive. I'm going to invest in it no matter what. Right? Why? Because I believe in freedom. In the same way that I invested 10% of my income in the Libertarian Party when it had just started up in 2016, I believe it was, or maybe a bit earlier than that. But I literally gave 10% of my income to a political party. Who does that? I do that. Why? Because I believe in freedom. I believe in allowing people to do whatever it is that they want to do as long as they don't infringe upon other people's freedom. That's how passionate I am about freedom. So, like I said, whether it's cheap, medium, or expensive, I'm going to invest in Bitcoin pretty much until the day I die. Okay? Of course, if things change, if something better comes along, of course, blah, 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 yada, yada. However, for now, there is nothing better. So I'm going to be like fired up outside my brain until I'm not anymore. So you can participate. But I know that the things that are happening right now are crucial for the future of humanity.
It's digital gold. It's at least 100 times better than gold. I think it's probably
thousands of times better than gold.
Bitcoin is the...
Dang, you hear that? Oh my gosh. Me personally, I have the same mindset that it's better than gold. Okay, the older generation are like, oh, new technology, it's too, no, gold, silver. And rightly so. Do you know that in the first 200 years approximately of, it's more than that. In the first 240 years or 36 years, whatever it is, of America's time as a country, they printed 78% of dollars. You know that just in 2020, the US of A has printed 22% of all dollars that have ever existed in that country in 2020. 22%. Like, that's basic. Man, from an inflation standpoint, we're already in hyperinflation. It just hasn't caught up with us yet. And once the dollar gets into hyperinflation, you better believe that all the other countries and currencies are going to follow suit if they have not collapsed already. Okay? What's the solution? Gold, silver, or Bitcoin? But you know what? They say that gold is absolutely amazing, going to go up by maybe 10 times. Some people say 20 times compared to the price that it is now. And then they're saying that silver is actually even a better investment because the silver to gold ratio is ridiculously low compared to what it has been always in the past. So silver is actually going to explode more than gold. And then they say that gold mining companies are going to explode more than gold as well. So we see how, everything ties in. However, Bitcoin is a risky asset. Okay? This is what people are saying. Me personally, I don't think it's risky. But that's what people are saying. This is not a financial investment channel, whatever it is. No financial advice that you get from me. I only educate on my own personal opinion. And you make your own decisions. But man, I completely agree with Michael Saylor, the CEO and founder of MicroStrategy, that Bitcoin is 1,000 times better than gold.
You have to defend the network to the death. It's a beautiful thing, probably the most beautiful achievement in the history of the world. We've invented something extraordinary.
Boom.
Don't F with the network.
Okay, check him out. One last thing I wanted to share with you guys. I'll go to my Instagram. Let's see if I'm logged in. If I'm not, I'm not going to log in. But just wanted... Oh, I'm logged in. What do you know? So, we're going to just quickly go to my Instagram. Check out some of the posts that I've done lately. Check this out. 333 followers. Come on, guys. Come follow me at Instagram. Men of High Value. Check out some of these stickers. This one's freaking awesome. Oh, gotta love it. Got to love it. Oh, but you know, okay, this one is also freaking good as well. You see, the traits of money. This is from Investopedia, which is actually, you know, like tons of people say that site is amazing, legit from an investing standpoint, from understanding finances, etc. This is from Investopedia. And you see crypto and Bitcoin on the right-hand side. Fungible, non-consumable, portable, durable, highly divisible, secure, easily transactable, scarce, sovereign. Yeah, that's a little bit low because it's not government issued. Yes, yes, finally, nothing that the government can do about this currency. And it's decentralized and it's smart, programmable. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I'm fired up outside my brain. Have to tell you guys, you know, if Bitcoin goes up or down the next month, I don't care. If it goes up or down 1 year from now, I don't care. I know it's going to be huge. And it's only starting right now, even though it started in 2011. How sick is that? Oh my gosh. So anyway, there was one more thing. Oh yes, the question. Are there any better investments than Bitcoin right now? Yes. And you'd be like, what? You just basically promoted Bitcoin to us this entire show, bro. How could there be any better investment than Bitcoin? I'll tell you right now. Bitcoin probably won't do more than 100x in the next 10 years. But that's freaking amazing. Okay, if the stock market gives us usually 8% every year and it's bound to collapse right now, it probably will go up again though when hyperinflation comes, but Bitcoin is going to go, in my opinion, 100x in the next 10 years, maybe 5 years. But do you know what's better investment than Bitcoin? An investment in yourself. That's a better investment than Bitcoin. You know why? Because if you invest in yourself and in your own education, in your brain power, and in becoming a business owner, that's not just going to give you 100x on your money. You're going to get 10,000x on your money, 100,000x on your money, maybe even 1,000,000x on your money. You can become a billionaire without Bitcoin. All on your own. And you will grow faster than Bitcoin if you invest in yourself properly by hiring coaches, right? Example, by investing in your own learning, by putting in the 80-hour work weeks and becoming obsessed about success, you're going to grow more than Bitcoin, believe it or not. But imagine if you connect yourself with Bitcoin and blockchain technology. The combination of investing in yourself and investing in Bitcoin is unstoppable. Join us on this movement. It is called the Freedom Movement. And there's nothing I love more than freedom, truth, and family.